All right, so TSF, the Tournament Sports Foundation, is a mentorship organization that is designed to invest in athletes and former athletes to help them develop a plan B just in case sports does not work out. Now, the key word in this is invest. Everybody in this room who knows me personally, you know that I have a sincere passion for the business world. More specifically, the process of investing. I love seeing how different sides of town, how at one point it was all shabby and dilapidated buildings, but now you see people coming up with different businesses and all this development. You got apartment complexes coming up. I love to see different sides of town grow and different people work collectively to achieve a goal, especially the people who are close to me. There's nothing more beautiful. And you can normally tell when someone's doing something right, because at one point where there was development, then you see progress, and then progress leads to success, because now this is a working community where there are people there who have jobs, and people are shopping, and companies are growing. Families are moving forward. Somebody's doing something right. And this is why TSF is so dear to my heart, because TSF is not like your traditional mentorship organization. And I'm not saying that those organizations aren't important or valuable, because they are. But there's a few things we must consider. After all the inspiring, after all the motivational speeches, after all the weekend workshops and all the life planning, then guess what? It's time to work. It's time to put everything that you heard, everything you learned into action. That's the hard part. So for us, mentorship is translated into executing, because it's only when you actually succeed when we are successful. And there is no cookie cutter way to success. There are so many athletes who want to make it to the big leagues. But what if you don't? What if something happened? What if you get hurt? You're not invincible. I know you don't want to hear that, but that's real. Think about all the talented players right now. If you're the most talented person on your team, then think about yourself. But you have these talented athletes. 1 out of 10 actually make it. What about the other 9? Talented ones now. Think about how charismatic they are. How much full of life, how much personality they have. While they in school, they playing. They the man, you the man. Or woman, but you don't make it. These people are throwing their life away because they didn't have a plan B. They got other dreams, but they didn't invest any time. So busy practicing, so busy chasing behind coaches and recruiters. Those other 9, out of the 1 out of 10, the other 9 did not invest the time to think, man, how am I going to reach my other dreams if sports doesn't work out? And it's scary for the star player, because you the one putting the team on. The reality check is a hard punch to the face for the star players now. For those 9 star, those 10 star players, and the only one who made it. For them other 9, that punch is so hard because they expect it to go pro. And I'm not saying this to be funny, but if you're not a starter, if you're a bench rider, you work just as hard, don't you? You may not play you may have no PT, but you work just as hard, because what? You might get in the game. They might call you. Coach might signal you to get in the game. Maybe. So you got to be what? Ready as the bench rider, as the secondary, as the plan B. Just in case. And that's why TSF is so important, because that's how your life needs to be. Just like those bench riders anticipate for somebody to get hurt, waiting on somebody's grades not to be right so they're ineligible to play, waiting on somebody to get in trouble with their parents, waiting for life to happen so they can have the opportunity. You got your dream. You want to make it to the league. But your bench rider ideas need to be ready. But how? As a busy athlete, how are you going to make the time to prepare for your plan B? That's where TSF comes in. A lot of y'all have these pro dreams, but you don't have the necessary drive. You don't even have the right connections to get you there. Your coach only knows so many people. Your team is only but so good. There's only so much that you can do to get noticed. That's why the Tournament Sports Foundation is so important. I know most of y'all in here aspire to do other things outside of sports. You aspire to have this business or start this program or work for this particular company. Let you have an idea. Let you have a plan, a business plan you're working on, right? And you take it to your coach. I challenge you to do this. Take it to your coach. Take it to your athletic director. Like, yeah, coach, such and such. You know, look at this plan, this idea I got, me and my boys got to do this, that, and the third. You know, we've been working on it, and they looking at it. Oh, yeah, that look real nice. I think that's going to work. Oh, really? Look, all we need is $347 and some change to get started. Guess what your coach going to say? Guess what the athletic director going to say? You better ask your mama. Mama don't have the extra money. Or maybe your parents do have the extra funds, but they don't completely believe in you like that, or the idea, or just don't think you're ready. But you gotta start somewhere. So you're explaining this to your coach. He supports you. He said he likes your concept, right? While on one hand, most coaches truly care about the future of their players. But since the coaching job, the position, is contingent on the record of the team, on the other hand, if it has nothing to do with winning these games, the reality of it is, coach don't want to hear about it. Athletic director really don't want to hear about it. Not really. And that's okay. Everybody has their own agenda. And it doesn't make them a bad coach if they don't invest in you. That's just not their focus. Their career is to be a coach. That's what they wake up every day to do, to be the athletic director, to be the coach, not to be an investor. And some of these coaches and directors, yeah, they have a job, they working, but they don't have no extra money laying around to invest in you, financially at least. You know what their investment is? Investing their time on that field, investing their time in that court, investing their time in that weight room, in that gym, getting you right to maybe make it. But if you don't do the necessary things that you need to do for your life, then that's your problem. They'll be there to support you. But who's going to get you started? Coach is not going to care. Nobody's going to care. The coaches move on to the next true freshman that they can train up. The teachers and the deans, they move on to the next student. That's what happens after you leave. You can't call the principal up and say, hey, can you invest in my idea? Can you invest in my endeavor? Well, man, I won the state championship for the school. I was a star player. I put that record up in the gym. That can't nobody break. You got $1,000 that you can just invest just to get me started, just so I can get cards and promotional material, get the license that I need, just to get going. Nothing. Who's gonna care? TSF. We make your plan B our priority. But we don't just say that because it sounds good and it helps us get grants from the city. It helps us get donations from people. We don't just say that just to be saying it. Oh, that's really good. You guys invest into athletes. I want to support that. That's a really good idea. We need those type of services in this community. We're not saying it so we can flatter ourselves hearing that. We say it so we can actually be a present help for you to accurately and realistically develop an alternative plan just in case. What is something else on your heart? What you really want to do? If this don't work out, and we show you how to do it. This is how you're going to do it. Set you up, give you all the tools you need. We get you paid for the licenses. We pay for the LLCs, the nonprofits. We help you get it started. And we up 3 a.m., 7 a.m., 3 in the afternoon. We up with you. You can call us. We respond back to you. You pick up the phone. We are there with you every step of the way on your Plan B journey. That photography business, that recording studio. You want to be an artist, graphic designer, that clothing line, that dance studio. We listen to all those ideas. We get you everything you need to get started. We help you with the business plan. We help you get the licenses that you need. We put up the money so you can get whatever certificates that you need. The LLC, the nonprofits. Then we connect you with the specific people who are interested, who care about what you're doing, because not everybody gonna care. Everybody has their own agenda, and that's okay. But TSF helps you filter out that tedious and annoying process of chasing behind people who do not care about what you're doing. Not everybody's going to even understand what you're trying to do, but there are those who get it. And we meet you halfway with the work. We understand you're an athlete, you're busy with practice, you got issues going on at home, you got homework you got to do, you got things you got to take care of. So we meet you halfway with the work. We sit out and we wait in the lobbies of the offices of these important people, of the people who matter, the people who count, to establish a relationship with them so that we can connect them with you. We show you how to compose emails so that you can follow up with them and keep in touch with them and update them with the progress that you're making. I don't know if some of y'all have started hearing by now that it's all about who you know. It's all about who you know in this life. That's wrong. That's a lie. It's all about who knows you. Who's reaching out to you? Who can think of your name? You can have 100,000 followers on Instagram, 100,000 plus followers on Instagram. If none of those people can pick up the phone and say something like, hey man, I'm just checking on you and your business. What kind of progress you making? What you need to keep going? I'm gonna write a check today and put it in the mail for you, man, because I believe in you. Wouldn't it be nice if you were looking for a job and the job called you? Wouldn't that be nice? The job, they did all these interviews because the state requires them, right? And the person hiring, since they know you, they call you and say, hey, we got this position open. I did a bunch of interviews, but I know you're a hard worker. I know you're going to get the job done. I know you got the skills we need. Look, we paying $70 a year. We'll train you while you in school getting certified. What you trying to do? Oh, you still trying to make it to the league? And they ain't really looking at you, giving you no looks like that. Well, we got this offer on the table. If you want it, send me over your resume. You think it doesn't work like that? Wait till you get out here in the real world. And you wonder why people are just getting jobs. How you just get the job? Because the right person knows them. That's exactly what TSF does for you. We connect you to those people who matter when it counts, so they know you. I don't know if any of you remember playing the video game Sonic. And that was one of my favorite games growing up, because there was this ghost that would race with you. And there was two purposes for that ghost: to let you know either how far ahead you were or how far behind you are. Now, the thing about the ghost is that the ghost was always on point. The ghost was always running at the pace it needed to run. And the only time the ghost seemed to be behind is when I was ahead. But in reality, the ghost was never behind. It just let me know that, hey, you ahead of the game right now. So if there was something that was to stop me or distract me or cause me to lose my pace, the ghost would pass me and let me know, hey, you need to catch up. It was always on beat. And there are so many services and programs in this city that will serve as your ghost. Once we invest in you, once TSF invests in you and get you started, once we connect you and get the relationships building, we introduce you to the right services and the right programs right here in the city that will serve as your ghost to help keep you accountable. Because you will fall behind. There will be things that will try to stop you. That's just the humane part of the journey. But there's programs out here that the city has invested in. There's services out here that people are waiting to show how they benefit you. That will be your ghost, man. That's some of these services and programs cost. And that's where TSF comes in.
We put the money up and pay for those services for you, so you can have your own goals in your race and journey for a plan B in life. And life gives you two choices. You either somebody or you nobody. In other words, you somebody people don't need. You somebody that people can do without. You somebody that people can replace. A nobody. Or you somebody that significant. Somebody that people gotta have on their team. Somebody that people can't do without. You only have two choices. And if you got the heart and the desire, you got the fire in you to be somebody, you can count on TSF, man. We got your back in assisting you with this plan, helping you build your credit while you are still in school, so you don't have to beg nobody to co-sign for you when it's time to make a move happen. And we invest in you financially so you actually get to your dreams, at least get a chance to do it, a chance to attempt it. Now, in addition to the financial investments, TSF is known for our tournaments and our sporting events that we host, where you can play for free and win money. I'm not talking about like little money, like real money, like $5,000 grand prizes, $10,000 grand prizes, money that you can use to invest in your ideas. You can play and win the vouchers. You can win scholarships, win waivers for these services in these ghost programs, these ghost services I was telling you about earlier. You can win the vouchers for these programs and services right in your city. A free opportunity to capitalize doing something that you love to do. You're going to always play ball. Always, man. It's never going to leave you. Even if you don't make it, the love for the sport will never leave you. You'll always want to play. So you look for TSF. Anytime you see that 10, you play TSF. Because you know there is an opportunity to advance. A lot of people ask, why sports? For us, the skill in sports is a universal language, like money. It's valuable when you know how to play. And you're top dollar when you know how to win. Now, if you think about it, the best teams in the world, no matter the sport, the best teams derive from the ones who are most diverse. Like money, when it's on the table, the players on the team are who matter the most. And the players usually have different backgrounds and different beliefs. But it's the skill that's most valuable. And that's the same science that we are made up of. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what you believe in. If you're trying to win, we want to build with you. We want to invest in you if you want to win. Just like every successful team, every player has a vital role to play when it comes to the success of that team. In this case, everybody in here has a very important role to play when it comes to the success of our world. It's our community. And when I say our, I'm talking about everybody. Just like those great teams. I may not come from where you're from. We may not believe in the same things. But guess what? When we both look up in the sky, what do we both look at? The same sky. When we look at the sun, we look at the same sun. We share the same game time, the same 24 hours. How do you think it's possible that you and I both wake up every morning on two different sides of town and have the same amount of time every day? The same time every single day? We both have? You know why? Because we on the same team. I don't care what evil in man tries to deceive you and make you think that we are against each other. TSF needs you to be successful. Trust and believe that. If I don't need you to, somebody else does. But you gotta have that plan and the resources to move on it. And we are dedicated to helping you, getting it all down on paper, getting all the logistics figured out. Because people want to win out here. the person next to you want to win. I'm going to tell you something I hope you never forget. If you don't remember anything else from me, winning and losing has no religion. It has no race. It only has a character. And you are either one or the other. And that's the approach the most successful teams in the world play by. What does TSF believe in? We believe in the God of unity, the God of one accord, the God of the same team, the one who wants you to be successful. Now, whoever you believe that God is your opinion, but we still need you to be successful regardless. That's the approach that the Tournament Sports Foundation takes in life. There's a skill everybody has that is valuable for this team that we are all on. There are too many great people on this team who are losing themselves because they don't have the necessary funds to start up, or they don't have the credible people to back them, or they feel like nobody cares. Once again, if you trying to win, we will back you. We will connect you to the people who care. It's that simple. Make up your mind today. TSF wants to listen. We want to connect. And we want to invest in you. Get you going. So your passion does not have to sit there and die as a prisoner inside of your heart. It is that simple. Put in the how to what you can do. That is what the Tournament Sports Foundation is all about. Thank you.